Fresh from their emphatic victory, the New Look Liberal leadership team promising to lead their party out of the political wilderness.
The choice is simple for the Liberal Party: change or die, and I choose change.
And so did most of his colleagues.
Wow, Lee, have we got a full court press today?
The 51 members of the Liberal Party room met early to resolve the party's leadership saga. Sussan Ley fighting a losing battle, but fighting to the very end. After just 20 minutes, the Conservative candidate prevailed.
The final vote was 34 to Angus Taylor, 17 to Sussan Ley.
And into the deputy role steps Jane Hume, defeating Ted O'Brien by 10 votes.
An excellent outcome.
The vanquished leader looking to the heavens before making one of the toughest speeches of her 25-year career.
The leadership of our party is a gift of the party room, and I respect the decision that they have made.
Sussan Ley gracious in defeat, making her own decision to bow out of politics altogether.
It is important that the new leader gets clear air, something that is not always afforded to leaders.
Stepping away and sending voters in her New South Wales seat of Farrer to a by-election.
I think it's a sad day for women. I'm not surprised that they've decided to take this path away from Sussan Ley.
She's handed Angus Taylor his first big test, defending the seat against the Nationals, at least one independent and an ascendant One Nation.
Different jockey, same dead horse.
We are not seeking to be One Nation light. Absolutely not.
The new leader promising to regain the voters drifting away, starting with a mea culpa.
I'm particularly conscious that we got some big calls wrong. We're in this position because we didn't stay true to our core values. This ends today.
Putting a fresh focus on home ownership, lower taxes and a hardline stance on immigration.
If someone doesn't subscribe to our core beliefs, the door must be shut.
Angus Taylor is set to unveil an immigration policy within weeks, beginning his promised rebuild. But first, he needs to pick his front bench team. The new leader will reward his Conservative backers, including one-time rival Andrew Hastie, which means demoting many of the moderates in Sussan Ley's shadow ministry, potentially sowing the seeds for further division. The former leader now free, as Angus Taylor steps in to stop his party sinking any further. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
The scale of Angus Taylor's decisive win surprised even his inner circle. It hands him a clear mandate and a chance to reset after the chaos. The new leader began with a big mea culpa. The Liberals got the big calls wrong at the election, he acknowledged, especially opposing tax cuts. Now, this won't stop Labor's attacks, but early honesty buys some credibility. So what change will the new leader bring? Well, he's flagged a tougher approach on immigration, a clear pitch to those who've drifted to One Nation. And to those voters who've gone to the Teals, well, he's talking about economic freedom, lower taxes, smaller government. It will take more than slogans, though. Hard policy work must follow. And a critical early test is coming. Sussan Ley bowed out with grace, delivering a dignified farewell. No harsh words, but there was a parting gift for Angus Taylor in the decision to quit Parliament, setting up a difficult by-election contest in the regional seat of Farrer. With no incumbent, the Nationals are free to take on the Liberals. A surging One Nation will also be out to prove that the polls aren't just a mirage. And the independent candidate who won 20% of the vote last year is set to run again. Angus Taylor had a big win today. He now faces the toughest job in politics, being opposition leader.